Hey everybody, Dean Crabb here, your systemization expert. How you doing? Just wanted to go live today to talk about a subject that I came up with a client last night, private client I was talking to, and this is a great topic. I see people struggling with this all the time, so I want to discuss the best strategies to remove confusion when saving files. Okay, so this is something that's really powerful. If you use some of these techniques I'm going to show you today, can make a big difference in how you go about managing your files in your business and finding them, especially when you get multiple people. If they're all doing things differently, we've all seen that problem where you get in and you try to find something and you just can't make sense of the folder. What's the most current version? Okay, so today that's what I want to cover. Best strategies to remove confusion when saving files. Cue the intro. Okay, so I've actually got a few examples here I want to show you. I think it's the best way to demonstrate what we're talking about here. Okay, and it's showing you different ways that we use to manage files, and it really makes it super easy. So I'm just going to dive right in and show you some of these examples, and you can then start to use these tips yourself. So are we seeing the right screen? Yeah, we are. Okay, so one of the tips is around folder structure. So I'm actually going to show you our invoices here. Now, when you're saving your files, having a decent folder structure really makes a massive difference. So one of the common and best ones, as an example, is with your invoices. You can see here I've got a very clear year structure to my invoices, and when you go in each one, there's the months. Okay, so they're all being saved in there. If I go into 2001, you can see all the invoices here, and they've all got a date on the end of them. So I'll cover that in a second, but it's very easy to see your invoices there and when you receive them and when to manage them and how to get access to them. So the other thing, which is what I was just going to show you there, is this is another example, but you'll see our team meeting. So whenever you create a file, you should add one of two things at the end, either a date stamp. Okay, so if it's very relevant to go to the exact day, you can. So you put the year, the month, and then the day, as you can see up there. Okay, if it's not relevant exactly what day, then just put the year and the month. Okay, it's really powerful to always just have the year and the month on the end of your file there. So then you can see through the files. Now, what's interesting here is once you do that and you're thinking, why did I do it backwards? Okay, always do it backwards. Okay, the reason is if the file is called exactly the same like you see down here, then you'll see they actually go in date order all the way down, because it goes year, then month, and then day. Okay, so putting them backwards allows your filing system to be nice and structured, and it goes in date order for you. Okay. Now another strategy is in naming your files. If the date's not relevant, then you can use versioning. Okay, so I always put a number on every file, even if I'm saving graphic files and things like that. I always put a number on the end of it. So here's our ebook. We've actually just finished it today. Finished the final copying and it's off for being designed. Okay, but you'll see here we went through version 1, 2, and 3, and when we got to the final version, we put the word final on the end. Okay, so very easy if you go in here to jump and see which one is the most current one. Okay, it's very handy when you're when you've got lots of files sitting in a folder. Okay, when you look at that and you can see version 6, that's the most current version. It's very easy to go and grab that, and you know you're on the most current version. Okay, so but the other tip there is just putting something like final on the very last copy, especially if it's like a proof copy or something like that. Another great strategy for this, if you want to just clean this up a bit, and this is another common thing I do, is I'll go and create a folder and I'll call it archive. Okay, and the older versions, I'll grab them and I'll pull that into the archive. Okay, and that makes it very handy to then just be able to, when you look in here, I'll save that. Okay, you know that's the final version, and if you want to get older versions, you can just jump in there and grab them there. Okay, so the other great tip, if I show you on here, and this is now, once you've got all your files saved like that, okay, you then can go to the next level in being able to search and find things. So if you're putting some kind of convention on everything you do, finding it makes it a heap easier. So here's an example. if you go into now search in the Google Drive, and you see at the top here I've typed in 2007-01, okay, and then I can see all the files I've got there with that date on it. So you'll see I've got graphic files here, okay, that I did in that month. I've got my meeting agendas, I've got my meeting notes with clients and strategy sessions. Okay, going down here, you can see invoices. So adding that date makes it really easy to go, oh, back in that month, when was that file? Okay, you can quickly jump straight back in there and find that file very quickly. Okay, now here's another great strategy. This takes it to another level. So instead of managing files, you can start to use this in your task templates. So this is taking it next level. In our task management system, we have templates, and here's one for our consultancy agreement. So when people are signing up to be a private client, we send them out the consultancy agreement. Okay, and here's the template, but you'll see I always put a date, a year and date on the end. So again, it makes it really easy to be able to see when that was created for that client, and to be able to reference it by date if you need to. Okay, but it's very easy, especially if you do have a template you're doing multiple times, like maybe BAS statements per period for the same client over and over again. Having that month in there, you can always see what period that BAS template was for. Okay, so the other strategy I want to show you then is how to then set up a policy for that in your business. So here's our intranet and our company standards, and this doesn't take long to do. It's very, very quick to do. But if you go down here, some document editing standards, you write out some of the things I've just discussed in this video, and then that then becomes a strategy or a policy you can apply across your business and ensure your staff are following it. Okay, so you can then when you do your induction checklist, okay, so if you've got an induction checklist for your staff, you can say, hey, make sure you read our document editing standards and that they're following those standards. Okay, and that will ensure everyone in your business is then using those standards in the way they work, and it also ensures that you have a benchmark you can push back on them if you need to say, hey, you need to make sure you're editing your files and versioning control them properly. Okay, so there's some strategies we've covered today that we use all the time. It really makes it so much more powerful when you're managing your files and keeping them under control, but it also removes a heap of confusion. You won't get staff kind of going to you, oh, I don't know which is the current one, and all that type of problem going on. Okay, so it just completely removes that. So just if you want to get more videos like this and keep up to date with what we're doing, you can go to our website, c2solutions/subscribe, okay, and you can subscribe to us there, and you can get access to our blogs and weekly videos like this one that will be going out. Okay, we have a thriving YouTube channel, and there's going to be weekly videos going on there. So if you want to get access to our YouTube channel, go to YouTube/C2Solutions and subscribe. Obviously, there's our Facebook page. Jump into our Facebook page at C2 Solutions Group, and you can see these lives. I'm doing more and more of them all the time. I've got so much stuff I want to share. I'm probably going to be going live every day, I reckon, for the next year. And then we also have a group where we're trying to encourage people to get in and talk about how they're systemizing their business, and that's Automate, Systemize, Innovate. Anyway, I'm Dean Crabb. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Cheers.